Hey guys, so I'm just about to go to work, but I'm gonna answer a few questions about me and Linor. So, how did me and Linor meet? We met in a city called A Lot, and I was heading out of a bar called Three Monkeys, I believe, and I met and spotted a few beautiful girls, and I was trying to figure out how to speak to them. And I decided that if I spoke to one who looked like either a friend or a sister, I could then speak to the other. So I went over, I had a really nice conversation with her, ended up speaking to both. One of them ended up turning out to be Linor, and we actually said goodbye, and I didn't think I'd see them again. Didn't seem like they were interested to hang out anymore. I said, "Do you want to hang out tomorrow?" They said, "No, it's Shabbat." I didn't know what that was. They said, I said, "Do you have Facebook?" They said, "No." I asked them a couple other things. They weren't interested, so I just figured they weren't interested. So I said, "Okay, well, it was nice to meet you. Have a good life pretty much." Left, and then about 2 hours later, I met them at a random pizza place, and I saw Lenore again, and this time in the light, and I realized how beautiful she was. And again, I asked a few questions, about to leave, to never see them again, and then my friend was like, "Why don't you go get their number?" And that was the only thing I hadn't thought of. So I went over and asked. They said yes, and they were very excited, and that was how we met. Okay. Me and Lenor's first kiss. That was on our first date alone. We had just gotten back from the mall, and she was dropping me off. And I really didn't think anything was gonna happen. I knew that she was religious, and my friends had told me nothing was gonna happen. But just in the moment, I don't know. It was just an amazing connection that me and Lenore had, and that was our first kiss right before I said goodbye that night. Um, First time I said I love you, that was pretty funny. So we were on Skype, and we were Skyping when I got home from Israel, and we were just talking every day, but just kind of like as friends, even though I really liked her. And then eventually, right before I got off Skype, totally by accident, I'm just like, "Okay, I love you, bye." Hung up. And then I was like, "Did I just say that?" And then I went into the shower and had like a whole just time period of trying to figure out if I had just really said that to her, if she heard me, why did I say that, did I mean that, this whole thing. Finally, by the end of the shower, I convinced myself she didn't hear me. I said it very low, blah, blah, blah. I come out and I see a text from her. "Did you just tell me that you love me?" So I was thinking about saying, um, "No, you must have misheard me." But then I just figured, we're so far apart. And I felt like I really did, actually. And either she's gonna feel the same way as me or have similar feelings, or we should probably just stop this now because we're so far distance. And then eventually she told me that, we don't say these things here, they mean something here. It's not like there where you just say it in order to do certain things. Um, if you say you love me, it means something very important. So I told her I did, and then she told me she did as well. So what do I love most about Lenore? Well, um, so many things I love about Lenore. It's really hard to say. Um, I would just say that she's just a really good person, more than anything else, and I think that's what I love the most about her. She will be with you in hard times, and she'll do anything for you. So I think that's what I love the most about her, and she's just special. What do I dislike the most about Lenore? I don't dislike anything about Lenore. Um, there are things that we don't have in common, like type of music that we like and movies and things like that. But in terms of her as a person, Nothing. What do you believe Linor likes most about you? I think she likes that I'm really passionate, and I think she likes that when something's important to me, I'm gonna do everything to do it, or to have it, or to make it happen. And in her case, that's her. So I think she loves that. What does she dislike the most about me? Probably like the American aspects of me, like the cultural aspects that are very different. That's hard to get along. Um, I would say, I would say that. When did you know you were going to marry Linor? Um, I mean, I knew I wanted to be with Linor since I met her in Israel. When I knew I wanted to marry Linor, that probably wasn't far after that. Um, Probably wasn't far after that. I can't remember the specific time when it's like this. I want to marry Linor. I think ever since the beginning of meeting her and like really falling for her, I could just picture myself being with her because she was so special. So it was never like I want to marry her and be with her the rest of my life, but I think I thought about being with her forever before marrying. What was Linor wearing the first time you met her? She was wearing, I didn't see it the first time when we were outside by the rides, but then we went into the pizza place. She was wearing like this multicolored dress, like this white green something, if I can remember correctly. I have horrible memory and ability to perceive colors, so I could have got the whole thing wrong, but I'm pretty sure I could picture it in my mind. My favorite thing that she cooks, I would say everything she cooks is really good. She's a very good cook. I'm very fortunate for that. I think right off the oven, right off the stove, right off the fryer, just steaming hot schnitzel. I would say when you have like really hot schnitzel that just comes off the fryer, that's really really good. It's hard to beat that. What article of clothing of yours will Lenore most want to throw away? Oh, there's so many. I used to have like a lot of socks with holes in it. She threw those away. I have like this black shirt that's off black now at this point because I've worn it so much, and she thinks I should throw that away. What else? I think most of my clothes she would like to throw away. I'm pretty sure. Okay. What is the one thing you cared most about in terms of the wedding? I just wanted it to be special. I wanted it to be unique to me and Lenore. I wanted it to be, people got to, there's going to be a lot of people at the wedding. Not everybody knows us. But me and Lenore have had a very long, special journey, and I just wanted people to kind of get a taste of that at the wedding. So hopefully we're able to do that. A perfect wife is one that is caring, kind, one that will be with you when it's rough, and will be happy and enjoy with you when it's good, and one that understands that we have something very special and that we're trying to accomplish something great together and in the future, and just one that I look forward to spending the rest of my life with, and that's Linor. If gone to pick up milk, you decided to get Linor's little surprise treat, what would your treat be? my treat be? I'm blanking out the name on it now, but it's those chocolate things with like the cream on the inside. Cremba. Cremba. I would get her a cremba. She loves cremba. Who is your celebrity crush? Uh, I don't know. I used to have a lot of favorites. Now I'm not so sure. Used to be Angelina Jolie, who I feel like Linor looks a lot like, so that I feel like it's probably not a coincidence. I'd say now maybe Sofia Vergara. If Linor could live anywhere in the world, where would she choose? Wow, that's the easiest question here. She would live in Israel. Where would I live? Um, Wherever she is. I think that's the best answer. What is Linor's favorite TV show? Actually, that's not true. If I was going to live anywhere, it would probably be in Tzvat. But I really would need to learn the language first, and I need to figure out a few other things first. But I love that city so much. Or maybe on like a village like Linor grew up on in a moshav, where everybody is just like hanging out with goats and donkeys and chewing gat. I think that would be a pretty cool experience. Okay. What is Lenor's favorite TV show? Friends. She loves that show, Friends. She watches clips of it on Facebook almost every day and just cracks up to herself. What movie makes you cry? So I think the first time I ever cried during a movie, that was My Girl. It was like when the girl was with the kid. They were like little kids, and the boy ended up being allergic to bees, and he got stung by a million bees and died. That was like, and it was like out of nowhere in the movie. That made me cry. I think every time I watch John Q with Denzel Washington, where his son has a life-threatening illness and like something with his heart, and he's trying to do everything he can to get him help, but he's poor and doesn't have money and doesn't have insurance, so they won't cover it. That is pretty heart-wrenching. I think that movie makes me cry the most. When Linor says, David, they're playing our song, what song are they playing? They're playing Say Goodbye, and I'm loving it. How many kids does Linor want? I don't know if we have a number there. I would say, she hasn't told me. I think at a minimum, if it was just up to her and she could say, David, this is exactly how many I want, it would probably be anywhere from 6 to like 13. I'm not kidding. Okay. What is the craziest thing you and Linor have ever done together? The craziest thing we've done. I don't know if it's the craziest, but when we went to the gorge, all the way across the country, for the 3-day concert in Washington, in the canyons, that was really awesome. And I'd say that was one of the funnest things that we've ever done. Plus, we got to see Dave Matthews Band, so it's like win-win-win. What is the funniest thing Linor ever does or says? What's the funniest thing? I like when she's on the phone and then she's saying goodbye and then she's like, bye, versus bye. I think it's an Israeli thing, but it always cracks me up. And what is the most romantic thing you've ever done for Linor? I think when I tricked her into throwing me a birthday surprise by putting me on a parachute, and then I proposed to her like 4 billion feet in the air. I think that was the most romantic thing I ever did to her. Alright guys, so have a good time. Hope you enjoy yourself. I love you so much, Linor. I can't wait for our wedding. I'm really, really excited. And I hope you get many blessings from this night. Love you, sweetie.